Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. This is your Akazaki Yahoo, and I start this broadcast as I would start any broadcast by first of all giving all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm joined this afternoon by my most esteemed Akenanaya. Shabbat Shalom, Aki.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom, Marquis. Shabbat Shalom, Yasharal. Hallelujah for yet another set apart Yom.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. It is the Sabbath Yom, the Sabbath day, and we are here once again to get back into the book of Job and to conclude and get into the conclusion. We picked up yesterday and we got into some, it got heavy. It got real heavy, real quick.
God.
And it's been a good book, but right in this middle part here, it really picked up. I mean, it turned, I didn't even see it coming. So, our praises to the Most High. Let's get to it with none other, with no further ado. All right, so we are at chapter number 34 and verse number 1. Eliyahu or Elihu vindicates the Most High's justice. Verse 1. Furthermore, Elihu answered and said, Hear my words, O you wise men, and give ear unto me, you that have knowledge. For the ear trieth words, as the mouth tasteth meat. Let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job hath said, I am righteous, and the Most High hath taken away my judgment. Should I lie against my right? Should I lie against my right? Uh, my wounds are incurable. Slaki, my wound is incurable without transgression. So he's recapping what Job has gone through here
Mhm.
in those first 6 verses. Verse 7. What man is like Job, who drinketh upon scorn like water, who drinketh up scorning like water. Slaki, I said that wrong. So Job, he said Job is drinking scorning like water, like he just consuming it.
Mhm.
Verse verse 8, which goeth in company with the workers of iniquity, and walketh with wicked men. For he hath said, It profiteth a man nothing that he should delight himself with the Most High. Therefore, hearken unto me, you men of understanding. Far be it from me, Salaki, far be it from the Most High that he would do wickedness, and from El Shaddai that he would commit iniquity. For the work, Salaki, for the work of man should he render unto him, and cause every man to find according to his ways. Yea, surely the Most High will not do wickedly, neither will El Shaddai pervert judgment, who have given him a charge over the earth, and who have disposed the whole world. Slakia, who have given him charge over the earth, or who have disposed the whole world. If he set him, Slakia, if he set his heart upon man, if he gather unto himself his ruach and his breath, all flesh shall perish together, and man shall turn again unto dust. If now you have understanding, hear this, listen to the voice of my words. All right, we're gonna pause right there. I'm gonna go jump over to the scriptures here. I want to look at that verse 16. All right, verse 16. Yeah, I was looking for. Said if you have understanding, hear this and give ear to the sound of my words. Okay, I was looking at that my right there to
Hmm.
see what it would say.
See if it was capitalized or
Right, kind.
yeah,
Cause
yeah.
yeah, I'm amazed by Elihu. Elihu don't seem like what I'm saying, like a regular young cat. Uh, I'm just taking a quick look here. That's verse 16. Kind. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not in here either. Okay. Kind. So it's not written like he's. They're not taking it like he's a messenger or like he's Messiah. So let's see. Let's continue. Verse 17. Shall even he that hateth right govern, and with you and would you condemn him that is most just? Is it fit to say to a king, you are wicked, and to princes, you are unrighteous or not set apart? Verse 19. How much less to him that approacheth, Salakia, how much less to him that accepted not the person of the princes, nor regarded the rich more than the poor, for they all are the work of his hands. In a moment shall they die, and the people shall be troubled at midnight and pass away, and the might shall be taken away without hand. For the eyes are upon the way of man. Slacky. For his eyes are upon the way of man, and he seeth all his goings. Right, that's a powerful saying right there.
Man, come.
He seeth all his goings. I need to get that Slacky. I gotta grab that right quick. I missed the other one that we did yesterday. I'm gonna have to go back and find that one. But I'm not missing this one. 34. Slacky. 1 second here. 21. All right, I got it. Hold on. Let's continue. All right, verse 22. Uh, there is no darkness nor shadow of death. There is Slacky. Let me start that over. Verse 22. There is there is no darkness nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. For he will not lay upon man more than right, that he should enter into judgment with the Most High. He have he shall break in pieces mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. Man, he dropping some jewels.
Hmm.
Elihu. So I uh they got all the doctrine. Not only the Yob got it, but Elihu got the doctrine.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he shall break in pieces mighty men without number and set others in their stead. He didn't say our fathers though. He didn't say it set us or restore to us. Mm, let's continue. I'm trying to go too deep, but let's continue. Verse 25. Therefore, he knoweth their works, and he overturneth them in the night, so that they are destroyed. He striketh them as wicked men in the open sight of others, because they turned back from him and would not consider any of his ways, so that they cause Slakia, so that they cause the cry of the poor to come unto him, and he heard the cry of the afflicted. When he gave quietness, Slakia, when he gave quietness, who then can make trouble? And when he hide his face, who can behold him? Mm. Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only. Yo,
Man.
Elihu is he dropping bombs like
And you just, like, you have to wonder again, where did they get this from? What did they
right.
see? You know what I mean? Like,
Where in the world is he getting this knowledge from?
well,
Like, truthfully, like what? What? He give quietness and he make trouble. And when he hide his face, he told us that I'm gonna hide my face.
hmm
Who then can behold him? When he hide his face, how you gonna find him? He's. I thought that was whether it be done against a nation or against a man only. Wow. Verse 30. That the hypocrites reign not, lest the people be ensnared. Surely it is meet to be said unto the Most High, I have borne chastisement. I will not offend anymore. Born is carried, like to carry. So
okay.
yeah, kind like that's a big thing. That's a deep like yeah, kind. Let's continue. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse as we at the end here, so we're just gonna finish it on out. Verse 32. That which I seeth, Slacky, that which I see, not teach you me. That which I see, not teach you me. If I have done iniquity, I will do no more. That has to do with that chastisement we just read about
hmm
33. Yeah. Should it be according to your mind, he will recompense it, whether you refuse or whether you choose, and not I. Therefore, speak what you know. Excuse me. Salaki says, speak, talk. We used to say that when we was children. Talk what you know and your hair might grow. 34, we used to say that. 34, let men of understanding tell me, let the wise men hearken unto me. He said, let them of understanding tell me, but let the wise men hearken unto me. Like listen and react to what I'm saying. Verse 35, Job hath spoken without knowledge, and his words are without wisdom. Good grief. He just cut wrote Job in front of everybody.
Right. And that's to me, this Elihu is unaware of what's going on with Job, which he's not in the know.
I don't know. We're
You
gonna see. We're gonna see. Let's keep reading because
I
I
mean,
think
cause to you, like, has Job, has he spoken without wisdom?
he and from what he said, I think I would say no. But that's why I'm saying this Elihu is a different caliber. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not, you know what I'm saying? I let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. I think
Come.
he gonna give us. I think he gonna get it to us. I think he gonna hand it to us, and we're gonna be like, yeah. He not gonna just gonna say that a statement like that and leave it. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get the understanding.
All right,
We're
come.
gonna get the conclusion. Kind. Verse 36. My desire is that Job may be tried unto the end because of his answers of wicked men for wicked men. For he addeth rebellion unto his sin. Mm. For he addeth rebellion unto his sin, He,
Right.
he clappeth his hands among us and multiplied the words against the Most High.
That's
Multiply.
not true to me, you know?
Well, like, remember, I remember what I was saying before, because some of the stuff he was saying, I was like, I wouldn't. I understand where he's coming from, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't cross that line. That he going into a place that I wouldn't go. I understand you. It's hard to, I have to empathize with him because I'm human. But man, it's some stuff you just can't get close to. You can't even, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't say, "You wicked power, you did this to me." He didn't say that, but he said it. He was saying he was alluding to it. I'm not gonna say he said it, but he was alluding to it. He was getting to that place, and that's why I say that's a slippery slope because you take one step and before you know it, you down. You all the way in it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's why I was mentioning that before. Like, he had a place where I couldn't let myself get to because it's you don't just come out. Most people when you get into some folly, and I'm saying folly as in going against the Most High or doing some stuff you don't have any business. It don't start off as that. It builds up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like think about the story, and I hate to use Dawid as an example, but think about Dawid. He saw the woman bathing, you know what I'm saying, and he inquired, like, who is this? Oh, that's ain't this such and such daughter? Uh Uriah's husband, Uriah's wife? Yeah, bring her here. Let me talk to her.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he started when he saw her, and then he brought her, and then he laid with her. You know what I'm saying? And then he tried to hide it. So without getting too much into that, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, you got to stay off of them slopes because them slopes are slick. You know what I'm saying. Your best bet is to not even go down that path. You know what I'm saying. Just keep walking past that because you stick your head in there and somehow your foot to slip and now you hit it. You plummeting down the slope. And I'm using slope
Indeed.
as a yeah. I'm using the slope
What?
as an analogy, but you know what I'm saying. It's just real easy to get caught up into these things.
Hmm. I would agree. I would definitely agree with that.
Con. Well, let's continue. I think Elihu is going to, bring it home for us here. Verse 30, chapter 35 and verse 1. Elihu sharply reproves Job. Here we go. Verse 1. Elihu spake moreover and said, think if you, Slack you, think of you this to be right, that you say, my righteousness is more than the Most High's. Mm. See, like, you think it's right for you to say you more righteous than the Most High?
Right.
Verse 3. For you said, what avenge will it be unto you? Advantage, like you. For you say, what advantage will it be unto you? And what profit shall I have if I be cleansed from my sin? I will answer you, and what is that? Companions? Okay.
Con.
I will answer you and your companions with you. Slacky. I thought I was going to say the wrong word. Verse 35. I'm trying to not to mess this up because he's about to give it. This is what we've been waiting for. Verse 5. Look unto the Shamaim and see and behold the clouds, which are high, which are higher than you. If you sin, if you sinneth, what does what does you against him? Or if you trans, let me start that over. I'm trying to go too fast. Look, I'm so I feel like I'm finna get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to
Con.
it and I'm messing it up. Verse 6, let me just be cool. If you sinneth, what do you what doeth you against him? Or if any slacky, or if you transgressions, or if your transgressions be multiplied, what do you unto him? If you be righteous, what giveth you him? And what receiveth he at your hand? Like what is his reward for your righteousness?
Mm.
You obeying him, like what do you get? What does he get out of that?
Yeah, come.
I mean, truthfully, yeah, except you being obedient. Verse 8, your wickedness may hurt man as you art, and your righteousness may profit the Son of Man. By reason of the multitude of oppressions, they make the oppressed to cry. They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty. Slakia. My apologies. Uh, let me read that again. He says, by reason of the multitude, the oppressed, Salakia, by reasons of the multitude of oppression, they make the oppressed to cry. They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty. So he's saying the those who are capable oppress those who are incapable of protecting themselves, and they
Mm-hmm.
cause them to cry out to the Most High. And the Most High got to hear this, and He don't want to hear that. So He gonna send judgment against those that are doing these things. Verse 10. But none saith, where is the Most High, my Maker, who gives song in the night, who gives songs in the night? Salakia. Verse 11. Who teaches us more than the beasts of the earth, and maketh us wiser than the fowl of the Shamaim. When they cry, but none give answer, because of the pride of evil men. Surely the Most High will hear vanity. Slaki. Surely the Most High will not hear vanity, neither will El Shaddai regard it. Although you say you shall not see him, yet judgment is before him. Therefore, trust you in him. But now, because it is not so, he have visited in his anger. He have visited in his anger, yet he knoweth not, Slakia, yet he knoweth not in great uh, ex- extremity,
Con, extremity.
but he knoweth not in great extremity. What is he trying to say there?
But he knoweth it not in great extremity.
In great extremity. Let's see what it say in the script here. 35. I didn't get that. All right. Verse 15. And now it is for naught that he displeaseth have come. Yet he uh he has not taken note of the extreme arrogance. Okay. He has not taken note of extreme arrogance. So that reads mightily different. Okay.
Indeed.
But he but now, because it is not so, he hath visited his anger, yet he knoweth it not in great extremity. So his anger is the subject, yet he knoweth his anger not in great extremity. Hmm. Therefore do Job open his mouth in vain and multiply words without knowledge. He like, bro, you ain't even got what you're supposed to get. That's really what didn't one of the other cats say that that the Most High don't even give you what you do.
Yeah, con. God, we did
He don't.
read that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
calm. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. This is all Elihu here. He cutting Job to pieces.
Yeah.
Uh, Elihu speaks on the Most High's dealing with men. Look, here's the narration still. Elihu also proceeds and said, suffer me a little, and I will show you that I have yet to speak on the Most High's behalf. He like, I ain't even said nothing that the Most High would say. I'm just giving you the base facts. This not even, you know what I'm saying? This not even nothing prophetic or nothing uh, coming from him. This is just stuff you should already know. Slacky. Verse 3. I will fetch my knowledge from afar, and will ascribe righteousness to my maker. Now there's that application maker right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just check that in
Con.
verse 3. I will ascribe afar and yeah to my maker. So same setup. All right, verse 4. For truly my words shall not be false. He that is perfect in knowledge is with you. Behold, the Most High is mighty, and despiseth not any. He is mighty in strength and wisdom, and despiseth not any. Hmm. Verse 6. He preserveth not the life of the wicked, but giveth right to the poor. He withdraweth he withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings, but with kings, Slacky, I don't know where that came from. Uh, are they are they on the throne? Yea, he do establish them forever, and they are exalted. He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne. Yea, he do establish them forever, and they are exalted. Okay, I thought I misread that, but I guess I didn't. Verse 8. And if they be bound in feathers, and be holden in cords of affliction, then he showeth them their works, and their transgression, that they have exceeded. He openeth also their ears and discipline. Slakia. He openeth also their ears to discipline, and commandeth that they return from iniquity. If they obey and serve him, they shall spend their days in prosperity, and their years in pleasure. But if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and shall die without knowledge.
Mm.
But you hypocrites, Slakia, but the hypocrites, I don't know where I got you from, but the hypocrites in heart heap up wrath. They cry not when he binds them. They die young, and their life is among the unclean. Somebody said the good die young. I wonder where they got that from. He said he's talking about the hypocrites. He's talking about those doers of evil, and their
Mm-hmm.
life is among the unclean. He delivers the poor in his affliction, and openeth their ears in oppression. Even so would he have removed you out of the straight unto the broad place, where there is no straightness, and there, Slakia, and that which should be set on your table should be full of fatness, but you have fulfilled the judgment of the wicked. Judgment and justice take hold on you. Because there is wrath, beware, lest he take you away with his stroke, that a great ransom cannot deliver you. Mm. Verse 19. Will he esteem your riches? No, not gold, nor all the forces of strength. Desire not the night when people are cut off in their place. Desire not the night when people are cut off from their place. Because that's when the most of the attacks and those type of things they happen at night.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, when I was in the world, I used to couldn't wait till the night come. Get out and get to the the nightlife.
Yeah, it's time to do everything.
Right, Khan. He said, desire not the night when people are cut off from their place. And that's just, yeah, that's what happened. Verse 20, verse 21. Take heed, regard not iniquity, for this have you chosen rather than affliction. Behold, the Most High exalted his power, which teach who teacheth like him? Nobody teach like he teach. He teach the best,
Mm-hmm.
but the hardest at the same time.
Indeed, be hard
Verse
lessons.
hard lesson, yes indeed. You get it, but you learn. You don't
Mm-hmm.
be like wondering. You realize, hey man, I messed that up. Now I'm getting it right back. Verse 23: Who have enjoyed him this way, Salakia, who have enjoined him, who have enjoined, enjoined him his way, and what can and who can say you are wroth, you have wrought iniquity? Who can say, okay, so I chopped that up pretty bad, but he's saying who have enjoined him his way. Like who can show him the way he do things? Who can show him like I'm gonna do you like you do us, like you do me?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can do that. And who can say you have wrought iniquity? You can't say that to the Most High. Like man, you off for that. You wrong for that. You can't do that.
Okay.
You wrong. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna take you to a place that you don't need to be because you don't we don't have the right. We don't have the ability to well we have the ability, but we can't say that. And if you ever hear somebody get to talking like that, I'll be trying to move because you don't know
Okay.
that
Indeed.
it might be a lightning bolt coming down, smacking them. I don't want to get no remnant of it
Mm.
just for being that close. Think about when the earth opened up on what's his name
Kohath. Kohath and
Kohai
his and the
Khan.
Reubenites.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was the heads of the Reubenites and
Hmm.
might have been someone else that was with him as well.
It was like 200 of them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And took down them and their house and all of their belongings. All of them went into the earth, and then it closed
Okay.
up. Yeah, then it closed up. Like, Slacky. Just think if you were standing too close to them,
Mm.
sheesh, sheesh. All
Well,
right,
yeah,
verse.
you know, people's natural reaction when they're falling
Mhm.
is to grab a
Right,
hold of what's ever about. So imagine, yeah, you standing right by them,
right.
they're gonna
He
be
grabbed
grabbing,
you.
pulling you down.
Right. He be like, let me go, man. That ain't for me. Shoot,
Come,
I ain't got no beef with the Most High.
come.
He right in all he do. so,
Mm-hmm.
so verse 24. Remember that you magnify your works, Salaki. Remember that you magnify his work, which men behold. Every man may see it. Man may behold it far off. Behold, the Most High is great, and we know him not. Neither can the number of his years be searched out. Look,
Mm-hmm.
verse 27. Like, yo, how he know all the they know everything. Verse 27. For he maketh small the drops of water and pour down rain according to the vapor thereof. They know about vapor.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 28. Which the clouds do drop and distill upon man abundantly. Also, can any understand the spreading of the clouds or the noise of his tabernacle? What? His tabernacle?
Mm. And see, that's something that's in the Shemaims, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's because he's mentioned the cloud the way he said it here. So yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like that's what he's talking about. He's not talking about that structure that he had Moshe build. You know what I'm saying? Can any uh can any understand the spreading of the clouds or the noise of his tabernacle up? So the noise of his tabernacle would really be what, like thunder, right? I would
Con.
think. You know what I'm saying? So you get the clouds, you get the thunder, and I can't even explain what the lightning would be. I can't even begin, but I'll let him deal with that because he's greater than I. Much,
Indeed.
much so. Verse 30. Behold, Hamashiach greater than I. Let me say that. Let me start there. He's my head. All right, verse 30. Behold, he spreadeth his light upon it and covereth the bottom of the sea. For by them, Slakia, for by them judgeth he the people and give meat in abundance. With clouds that cover the light and commandeth it not to shine by the cloud that cometh betwixt. I believe it's between. Yeah, betwixt. That is between, right?
Hmm.
Okay,
I believe so.
I think that is. Let me just double check. Betwixt. That's an old English word. Encounter, meet, reach, entreat, make insertion, intercession, make intercession. Okay, yeah. So intercession, like yeah, between. I'm gonna intercede between.
Between Con.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Verse 33. The noise thereof showeth concerning it, and the cattle also concerning the vapor. Wait. The noise thereof showeth concerning it, and the cattle also concerning the vapor. All right. Chapter 37. All right. We're moving right along here.
Con.
Kai, Kai. All right. Elihu says the Most High is back of the storm. Is back of the storm. The Most High is back of the storm. I don't understand that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're trying to say.
Yeah,
Um, and I guess we'll get it in context in the scripts, but
I hope so because
that
I don't
kind of it might be
a
misleading.
typo. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that could be a typo. I'm like, it's back of the storm. What does that mean? Like, what are you
right.
trying? Doesn't make sense. Okay, let's continue. Verse 1. And as also my heart trembleth and is moved out of its place. Hear attentively the noise of my voice and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. Slacky, I read that wrong. Verse 2. Hear attentively the noise of his voice and the sound that goes out of his mouth. He directed it under the whole Shamaim, and his lightning unto the ends of the earth. Yeah, Khan, you ever seen lightning? You like, man, I don't know how far away that is, but that's too
Mm.
close to me.
Con.
Verse 4. uh, After it a voice roareth, his he thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. He thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. Stay them, like keep them. Let's go to the scriptures here. So verse 4.
Hmm.
After it
Con.
is after it a voice roars, his thunders with the voice of his excellency, and he did not hold them back when his voice is heard. Okay, that makes so much more sense. Okay. Verse 5. The Most High thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things do he, which we cannot comprehend. So they even know he know that his voice is thunder.
Mm-hmm.
We got that on Sinai.
Come.
But think about it though. Sinai is in Arabia, and Uz is in Arabia.
Indeed.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, you know what I'm saying, put those two together, like, huh, that makes sense. Sinai is in Arabia, and Uz is in Arabia. Matter of fact, he told Moshe, "Don't let them come up here. You know, this is a Kodesh Mount. Don't even let them touch it. Let not a hand touch it." Verse 6. For he showeth, Slacky, for he said to the snow, but you be you on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. He sealeth up the hand of every man, and all the men may know his work. Then the beasts go unto the den and remain in their places. Out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and the cold out of the north. Wow. By the breath of the Most High, frost is given, and the breath of the water is still. Slacky. And the
Oh,
breath of the water is still. It's straightening. It's
straight.
straightening.
Come.
Slacky. I said that incorrect. My bad. The bearing, the beareth of the water is straightened. Verse 11. Also, by watering, he weareth the thick clouds. He worrieth the thick cloud. He scattered his bright cloud, and it turned around, Slacky, and it is turned about by his counsel, and they will, Slacky, and they may do whatsoever he commanded them upon the face of the whole of the world in the earth, that they may do whatever he commanded them upon the face of the whole, Slacky, of the world in the earth. Was that clear? Or was I jumbled that pretty bad?
Well, it wasn't pretty bad.
Okay, okay. All right. Verse 13. He causes it to come, whether for correction, or for his land, or for mercy. Hearken unto this, O Yo, under, stand still and consider the wondrous works of the Most High. Do you know when the Most High disposed them and caused the light of the clouds to shine? Do you know the balance of the clouds and
Mm.
wondrous works of him which is perfect in knowledge? How your garment is are warm? Slack you. Yo, he he taking it to he went from the clouds, he went from dealing with things you couldn't possibly know about. He asking them something simple now, verse 17. How your garments are warm when he quiet the earth by a south wind, by
You
the
know,
south.
so and that's almost like science. You know what I mean? That's because that's some type of, your garments keep you warm. It's the
Right.
thermal energy. But how does he know about thermal energy? Thousands of years ago. You know
Con.
what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. By he's talking about how you warm when he quieted the earth by a south wind. A wind coming from the south, it's usually south is getting cooler or warmer. So he sent a little warm wind,
Hmm.
and yeah, your garment is warm. Like, wow. Verse 18. Have you with him spread out the sky? which is strong, and the molten looking glass. Like you build this thing with him.
Right.
Teach us what we Salaki. Teach us what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our speech by reason of darkness. Shall it be told, Salaki, shall it be told him that I speak? If a man speak, surely he shall be swallowed up. And now men see not the brightness, the bright light which is in the cloud, but the wind passeth and cleanse him, and cleanseth him. Uh, Fair weather cometh out of the north, with the Most High with the Most High is terrible majesty. Fair weather cometh out of the north, with the Most High is terrible majesty. With the Most High is terrible majesty. Okay, I don't really get what he's trying to say there. Let's see if this gives us a better set. Now look at the bright clouds and passing clear. Okay, wait, what was we at? What verse was that? 22?
Thought it was too. I, yeah, con.
Okay, we at 37. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so uh, from the golden north it comes with uh, Eliah
Mm-hmm. The
is
Most
awesome.
High.
Okay, is awesome excellency. Huh? Where he get Eli? Where he get that from?
I've never seen it spelled out like that. Um,
Elio? How we pronounce it? Elio?
I think so. Like I've always seen it. It'd be L.
Oh,
You
Khan,
know.
Khan. Okay, yeah, yes. Elohim singular. Eli A-H. A.
Okay.
So it's like Elohim, of course, is plural, but Eli, yeah. So that's a reference to the Most High. That's not even like those around him.
Right. Not even Yahweh, just the Father.
Right, right, Khan. Wow, I didn't ever seen that before, and that's strange because it didn't even say that in the KJV. It didn't say anything close to that. Well, hmm, okay, all right. Let's continue. Verse 23. Touching the touching the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and in judgment and in plenty of justice and not afflicted. It's like he will not afflicted. He will not afflict. It's like afflict. Afflict. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm thinking I'm like, is that the right word? Yeah, that's it. Afflict. All right, verse 24. Men do therefore fear him, and so he prospect.
Respective.
Oh, what I'm thinking about. I'm breaking that completely wrong. He respective uh, not any that are wise in heart, wise of heart. So, hmm, yeah. Well, it said a few chapters back that Job was wise in his own eyes. Well, not wise, but
Hmm.
he was righteous in his own eyes. And he's saying here, he respecteth none that are wise in heart, wise of heart. Interesting. Well, let's uh,
I
oh,
think. Yeah. I think we got five left. You want one more, or you want me to go ahead and get started?
oh, you go ahead. Yeah, yeah,
All
you
right.
go ahead. I'm about tongue twisted.
God.
Con, yeah.
All right.
Thank
It's
you.
the book of Oh,
Okay,
Slakia.
let me just jump forward on this one, and yeah, we'll go right here. Go right here.
All right, it's the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 1. Then Yahweh answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of you and answer you me. So the Most High, they said that he hears everything. It's nothing hidden from him. He
Right,
sees all. So he's been listening to this conversation as
the
well.
whole time.
And
Yeah,
and I'm jumping in this conversation now.
right. He coming in like, whoa! I didn't expect that. I didn't
Hmm.
expect that. I thought this was. That's what I thought. This Elihu was representing him and was going to speak on his behalf. That's why I was like, this may be a Malik. But now that I see this is, I know this is his representative. So this is not. This wouldn't be the Most High himself, because he's not gonna get off his throne to come talk to Job. So this will be his
Con.
representative. Uh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, that puts it in perspective. Because
Hmm.
that's why I was like, I think this Elihu is a Malik. Like I thought he was a messenger from the Shamaim that was coming down to. That's why I was thinking his knowledge was so, what I'm saying, next
And
level.
yeah, indeed,
Yeah.
he's wise beyond his years.
Kind.
I was kind of leery about him being a messenger because we got that he was born of somebody, and I don't
Right.
recall any other messengers where we
That
got
was the
like a
case.
lineage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. Kind.
All
Kind.
right.
You're right. Go ahead.
All right. Verse 4. Where was thou, or where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare, if thou hast understanding.
Tuh.
Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? So he's yeah, it's
Can you even speak on any of this? You got anything to say about this? Because I'm asking you about. Tell me tell me this, since you know so much.
mm-hmm.
Tell me this. He put
Con.
he put him in his place, and Yo about to Yo ain't had a chance to say anything. I mean, Elihu done broke him down, and now he got the representative of the Most High basically finna take him. Mm, he about to humble him.
Here con. All right, verse 7. When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of the Most High shouted for joy, or who shut up the sea with doors when it broke forth, as if it had issue out of the womb?
Mm,
When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and break it up for my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, hitherto shall you come, but no further, and here shall your proud waves be stayed.
mm,
The Most High's mighty power. Verse
God.
12. Hast thou commanded the morning since thy days, and caused the day spring to know its place?
Mm,
Are you powerful enough to do that?
right.
Verse 13, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it. It is turned as clay to the seal, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea, or hast thou walked in the search of the depth? Have the gates of death been opened up into you, or have you seen the doors of the shadow of death?
Mm,
Have you perceived the breath of the earth? Declare thou if knowest it all. Wow, he just called him a know-it-all for real. Wow.
tell me, tell me what? How large is the Earth? Tell me that. How
Mhm.
much land is it? Like, man, yo, just gotta sit there and like,
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know nothing. How you gonna say what I'm doing? You can't doggone tell me nothing what I'm doing. Mm, boy,
Yeah.
that's yeah. This is a verbal whooping right here, and putting this brother in his place, and man, Elihu did a lot, but yeah, we on another level right now.
Indeed, indeed. You know, Elihu spoke about the power, but you
Mhm.
know, didn't know the things that the power knows. You know what I
No,
mean? Like none of them do. You know what I
no,
mean?
no.
But now we're getting the message from the one who does.
Right, Khan, exactly, exactly.
Uh, Verse 19. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? That thou shouldest take it to the bound thereof, and that thou shouldest know the paths of the house thereof. Knowest you it because thou wast then born, or because the number of your days is great? You know what I mean? Like you know this because you were there when it happened, right?
Right, right.
Wow. Verse 22. Have you entered into the treasures of the snow, or hast thou seen the treasures of the hall, which I have served against the time of trouble, against the day of the battle and war? By what way is the light parted, which scattered the east wind upon the earth?
Mm,
Who have divided a watercourse for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder,
mm.
to cause it to rain on the earth, where no man is, on the wilderness, wherein there is no man, to satisfy the desolate and waste ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth?
Wow.
Hath the rain a father, or who hath begotten the drops of dew? Out of whose womb came the ice and the hoary frost of Shemaim? Who have kindled it? These are things I haven't even pondered
You
about.
know what
You
I'm
know what I
saying?
mean?
Like
Like,
it never even crossed your mind. He boy, he man, I just imagine yo hearing this like, bro, look, we read this whole book. Now we in the last few chapters, and you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about the things that are written aforetime and written for our learning. And I think the lesson here is know when to keep your mouth shut. Because
indeed,
because he is verbally uh, and thankfully is verbally and not, you know what I'm saying, he could have went a completely different direction, honestly, but he is verbally bashing Yob here. If this was a rap battle,
God, God. But Job had asked for his death before. We had read that.
mhm,
I'm wondering how Job is feeling like hearing this. Is
right,
Job thinking that his end is near? Like, is he getting ready to destroy me? Like
right,
after this, you know?
basically, yeah, I'm thinking he's got to be pretty, you know what I'm saying, like he's got to be pretty intimidating. You know what I'm saying? To
Hmm.
have this voice coming down, like how is this coming? I mean, is it coming like in the face of his? Like is everybody hear it, or is just Job hearing it? Like we don't
Con,
get any
I
of
was
that.
wondering the same thing.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
everybody hear this?
right. So you know what I'm saying? It's like who
Because
knows?
we don't hear about his friends leaving.
Right,
This is immediately after Elihu stopped talking.
right. And then this one came. So is this in his mind that he's hearing this, or is this coming from Shamaim, or is it, you know what I'm saying, something else altogether? I don't know. But we don't get any of that. All we get is, what's being said, and it's a uh, I'm not going to even call it a joust. I mean, it's he's really putting him in his place and showing him that you don't know what you think you know, and you have no place in questioning anything that I'm doing, buddy. So sit
God,
back and
God.
relax and enjoy the ride.
Indeed. All right. This is the book of Job, chapter 38, verse 30. The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Can you bind the sweet influence of the Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion. These are stars.
Yeah, constellations type. Yeah.
Hmm. Can you bring forth Mazzaroth in his season, or can thou guide Arcturus with his sons?
Hmm.
These are more stars, I believe.
Kind. Yeah, I'm not sure about that Mazzaroth. I never heard of that.
Yeah, I want to say
Um,
it's the constellation as well.
Mazzaroth. Yeah.
Mazzaroth.
Kind. Yep. 12 signs of the zodiac. Yeah. According to what they say there. Yeah. Interesting. This is the only place that it appears in this book in this chapter.
Hmm. And
Kind.
and these are coming from the men of the East.
Right.
This is the Most High speaking now. But
Right. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Absolutely.
all right,
His
verse
representative.
33. I was lucky. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, well, his representative actually.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Verse 33. Knowest you the ordinances of Shemaim? Can you set the dominion thereof in the erect?
Mm,
Can thou lift up the voice into the clouds, that abundance of waters may cover you?
mm.
Can you send lightnings, that they may go and say unto you, here we are? Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts? Or who hath given understanding to the heart?
Wow.
Who can number the clouds in wisdom? Or who can stay the bottles of Shemaim? When the durst groweth into hardness, and the clods cleave fast together, will you hunt the prey for the lion, or fill the appetite of the young lions? When they couch in their dens, and abide in the covert, and lie in wait, who provided for the raven his food, when his young ones cry unto the Most High? They wonder for lack of meat. Hmm. Wow.
Basically, he's telling them you are not on the level. You got no place in questioning anything. But he just, yeah, wow, yeah. It's not even a joust. This is just basically, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, I'm trying to make sure I don't overstep with what I'm saying. But it's, I don't know. I don't even know if Yob will even say anything the rest of this book. I think he gonna say something though. But he just questioning him for, or maybe this is the last one in verse 5. Whose houses are made to dwell and scorn. Okay, so like, let's go ahead. Like,
All right. This is the book of Job, chapter 39. What's that headline? Is there
oh,
one up there?
yeah, most
Yeah.
high.
The Most High speaks of nature and its beings. Verse
Mm,
1. Knowest you the time when the wild goats of the rock bring forth? Or can you mark when the hinds do calve? So, can you tell when these goats are getting ready to give birth?
right.
And
God.
verse 2. Can you number the months that they fulfill? Or knowest you the time when they bring forth? They bow themselves, they bring forth their young ones, they cast out their sorrows. Their young ones are in good liking. They grow up with their corn. They go forth and return not unto them. Who have sent out wild donkeys free? Or who have loosed the bands of the wild donkey? Whose house have I made in the wilderness, and the barren land his dwellings? Hmm. Wonder who he's talking about there.
Whose house have I made the wilderness and the barren land his dwelling? Hmm.
I wonder was that what he was talking about in verse 5?
I wonder, is it just like if he's referencing like men there, period.
Hmm.
But let me see. Okay. Whose home have I made the desert and the salt land his dwelling? Okay, like, so he's saying, he's just asking like who did I put there? Who did I put out there to live? Who did I put in this in the desert? Who did I make to survive the desert? Can you tell me that? Can you go
Hmm.
out there and find out without dying? Because we wasn't. Well, there's people been in the desert, but hmm,
All
interesting
right.
though. But yeah, let's continue.
Indeed. Verse 7. He scorneth the multitude of the city. Neither regardeth he the crying of the driver. The range of the mountains is his pasture, and he searcheth out after every green thing. Will the unicorn be willing to serve you, or abide by you by your crib?
Hmm.
Hmm.
So we got to look at that unicorn.
Ox.
Yeah, that's it. Will the ox please you, serve you, or stand by your feeding trough? So is that what Crib's talking about? The feeding trough?
I believe so.
Uh, I didn't realize that. Okay, kind.
And
Okay,
because I thought when I saw crib, I'm thinking somewhere where a human or something sleeps. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah. Feeding
Verse
trough.
10. Can you bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow, or will he harrow the valleys after you? Will you trust him because his strength is great, or will you leave thy labor to him? Will you believe him that he will bring home your seed and gather it into your barn? Gavest you the unrighteous or the goodly wings unto the peacocks,
Mm.
or wings and feathers unto the ostrich? Have you done all these things?
Right, kind.
Which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in the dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers.
Mm.
Her labor is in vain without fear, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
Wow.
What times, what time she lifteth up herself on high, she scorneth the horse and his rider. Hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? Can you make him afraid as a grasshopper? The glory of his nostrils is terrible. He paweth in the valley and rejoiceth in his strength. He goeth on to meet the armed men. He mocketh at fear and is not affrighted, neither turneth he back from the sword. The quiver ratteth against him, and glittering spear and the shield. He swalloweth the ground with fierceness and rage. Neither believeth he that it is the sound of the trumpet.
Slack you right quick. I'm trying to see what
Mhm.
that glittering spear is talking about. Let's go to 23 here. Wonder why he said glittering. That's interesting. The quiver rattle against him. Well, they say the same thing, the glittering spear and the lance. So what is glittering? Why is it glittering spear? Let's see what that word is. La ha ab.
Mhm. Lahab.
La ha. Flaming. Blade. Flame.
Mm.
So glittering meaning like flame. Wow. I didn't see that coming.
Was that have we seen that before?
Let's see. Let's go back to it. I
Because we've seen, I want to say we've seen flaming sword before,
turn every which
but
way.
not a flaming spear.
Yeah,
There it
well,
is right there. Verse 23.
23.
Yep.
Glittering, okay. Uh, Lahab, let's see. Is that the same one? No,
Yeah,
we don't. It
no,
shows
I
up in
thought it was gonna
Judges.
be in Joshua.
Well, that flaming sword turns every which way uh, in Bereshit when they got kicked out the garden.
Yeah,
But
Khan.
but that's what I kind of went to in my mind. But let's see what this 3 and 22. And he have also went in after a blade. So that's for the word for blade there. And then we see flame here in 13 and 20, two places. Okay. Well, look, it's like glittering here. I guess we didn't catch it to kind of the glittering
Mm-hmm.
spear. Oh, we see glittering spear.
Yeah,
I don't
Khan.
remember. Oh, that's right where we at.
Oh, Khan.
That's right where we at. I'm like, wait a minute, where we see? Okay, my
All
bad. All right, let's continue.
right, this is the book of Job, chapter 39, verse 22, verse 23, rather.
23, okay.
The quiver rattleth against him, the glittering spear and the shield. He swalloweth the ground with his fierceness and rage. Neither believeth he that it is the sound of the trumpet. He saith among the trumpets, Ha ha! And he smelleth the battle afar off, the thunder of the captains, and the shouting. Do the hawk fly by wisdom, by your wisdom, and stretcheth her wings toward the south? Do the eagle mount up at thy command, and make her nest on high? She dwelleth and abideth on the rock, upon the crag of the rock, and the strong place. From thence she seeketh the prey, and her eyes behold afar off. Her young ones also suck up blood, and where the slain are, there is she.
There is she. She gonna show up where the slain is, so she gonna pick the leftovers and she gonna clean it up. Did you teach them to do that? Are they
Okay.
doing this because you said so? Man, that
Mhm.
oh boy, you know, I just have to. I don't even know what you're saying. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
God, God. I
Beg,
mean, I just lost it all. I'm not in my right mind right now.
right, God. Beg for mercy.
All right.
Mercy, please. My
God.
bad. My bad. I was off. My bad. Um. Okay. Look. You see the headline? Wait. What can I
Uh huh.
say?
This is the book of Job, chapter 40. Job, what can I say? Verse 1. Moreover, Yahweh answered Job and said, Shall he that contendeth with the Almighty instruct him? He that reproveth the Most High, let him answer it. Then Job answered Yahweh and said, Behold, I am vile. What shall I answer you? I will lay my hand upon my mouth. Once have I spoken, but I will not answer. Yea, twice, but I will proceed no further. The Most High questions Job. Verse 6. Then answered Yahweh unto Job out of the whirlwind and said, Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of you and declare you unto me.
Slakia.
Without, oh, go
Slakia,
ahead.
real quick. I just realized that I don't know if he mentioned before that he's speaking to Job out of a whirlwind.
I whirlwind. He did
He
indeed.
didn't
And
mention
here's
that.
the thing. Yeah, indeed. And Elihu spoke of a storm before the Most High actually showed up. So I'm wondering, like, while they're having this conversation later on into the conversation, when Elihu starts speaking and into his conversation, did it start storming?
Mm,
And then, like, out of this storm, did the Most High send that whirlwind
right.
speaking to Job?
Right. That's a good question.
Because Elihu was speaking about how the Most High is
Right.
in the storm.
Yeah. Yeah. He did. He really did. He was bringing that out. Talked about the lightning and the thunder and everything else. And
Come.
wow. Yeah. All right.
All right, verse 8. Will you also disannul my judgment? Will you condemn me
Mm,
that thou mayest be righteous?
wow.
Has you an arm like the Most High? Or can you thunder with a voice like him?
Wow.
Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with glory and beauty.
Mm,
Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold every one that is proud, and abase him.
mm.
Look on every one that is proud, and bring him low, and tread down the wicked in their place. You know, this is
Got
it's
it.
where these proverbs come from, because this is
I'm
what
telling you.
this is what the action that the whole Most High is about.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I mean, he breaking it down for us. He giving it to us like straight up. Like, can you?
Mhm.
I. This is what I do. I break the proud. I bring low. What do you say? Can you cast
I
abroad
make
the
alive.
rage
I
of the
yeah.
wrath? Yeah.
hmm
Like, bro, don't play with this power. This is not the power to play with.
Come. Did we get verse 12?
Did we? Let me see.
Yeah. Con, we got it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Verse 13. Hide them in the dust together and bind their faces in secret. Then will I also confess unto you that thine own right hand can save you. The Most High's power shown in creatures. Verse 15. Behold now, Behemoth, which I made with you, he eateth grass as an ox. Lo now, his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. He is the chief of the ways of the Most High. He that made him, Slacky, he that made him can make his sword to approach unto him. Surely the mountains bring him forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth under the shady trees, in the covert of the reed and fens. The shady trees cover him with their shadow. The willows of the brook compass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth.
Mm,
He taketh it with his eyes. His nose pierceth through snares. Hmm.
wow.
What is this? What is
Behemoth?
this animal? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, let's I meant to look into
Is it
that.
is it an elephant? I wonder.
Let's see what that is. It may sound like something like that.
Yeah, like one of these woolly mammoths or something.
Perhaps an extinct
Oh,
dinosaur.
yeah.
Some kind of something that we don't. I remember hearing that before, but we kind of think of it now. I think it's said now as a kind of like a tail type of thing, like a behemoth, like something enormous. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, yeah. Let me see let me Google that. See what we see. I never thought it was something. Oh, a huge or a monstrous creature. Hmm. Okay. All right. Let's continue. That's interesting though. Like, man, he wow. Okay. Let's continue.
All right. This is the book of IYOB, chapter 41. The Most High's power shown in creatures. Verse 1. Can you draw out Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? So
Slack.
this is something in the sea, and the other one was something of the earth. Big
Okay.
creatures.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Sea monster, dragon, aquatic animal, large aquatic animal. Okay. So that's not okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's continue.
Verse 2. Can you put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto you? Will he speak soft words unto you? Will he make a covenant with you? Will you take him for a servant forever? That's what he did with us. You know what I
Right.
mean?
God.
Will you play with him as with a bird, or will thou bind him for your maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Can you fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thine hand upon him. Remember the battle. Do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? Even at the sight of him? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? Who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole Shemaim is mine. I will conceal his parts. Salakia. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. Closed seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be sundered. By his leanings, Slakia, by his nestings, a light do shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning.
Mm.
What's that? Nesings.
Okay, so let's
Something
check that out. Nesings,
at Isha.
Edisha. Sneeze?
Hmm.
Sneezing?
Yeah. See, I
What?
wouldn't have pulled that out any
Uh,
type of way.
nah, I wouldn't have got that. What? Slacky, I didn't mean to hit that. I was trying to go get
Scripts.
this.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
scriptures.
I'm gonna go to the scriptures. I'm gonna Google that too. But let's go 41 to 18. Yeah, left back couple 18. It's the same word. Oh, it says sneezings.
Hmm.
Huh?
Well, you know what? I
What's
have
that?
you ever sneezed so hard that like when you start seeing dots?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
kind.
wonder is that what that's talking about?
Yeah, my now I had ironic you brought that up. I had an elder man tell me when I was working at the bank about a he had a situation where he was using the restroom and he got up off the he got up off the throne and somehow he didn't get enough blood in his he didn't have enough oxygen in his blood and
Hmm.
he said he remembered seeing dots. He started seeing those little stars and the next thing he know he was on the ground. And of course he went to the hospital and he had fainted. And he told the doctor what happened, and he said the doctor said that when you were seeing those stars, you would have oxygen in your blood, and so that's what caused you to faint. He
Hmm.
said if you ever see stars, take a deep breath and hold it, and that'll get oxygen into your blood because you missing it. So like anytime now, if I ever get since that point, that's been years ago. He told me that. So if I
Hmm.
ever feel like, or if I ever get see stars, whether it's sneezing or if I stand up too fast, or if I just anytime see stars, I'll take a deep breath and hold it, and usually they go away pretty quick. So maybe somebody need to hear that.
Yeah, con. I mean, I did. Because when I sneeze, sometimes like if I
You'll get
like
that.
one of those big sneeze, I'll see
Yeah.
those dots. You know.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a
It's
deep breath.
yeah. It likens it to stars, like because they kind of resemble stars, but yeah, it's strange. It's a strange thing because you never like I've seen those, and I thought I seen those since I was a kid, but I didn't know what it
Hmm.
was. But like I said, I mean, draw in deep, deep, like fill your lungs up and just hold
Hmm.
it, and usually it'll go because that oxygen you'll get that oxygen into your system, and they'll just go away pretty quick. So it works for me.
Yeah, con.
Yeah, you ain't never passed out though from that, have you?
Nah, I've never
Oh,
passed out. Now I
oh,
remember playing a game back in the day, the pass out game, where we would make ourselves pass out.
oh wow.
And I've done that.
I never did that. I
Yeah.
was. It was funny. Stuff you. I've been afraid to do this stuff, and you like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, the whole sixth grade was doing it, and the teachers ran out of the classrooms because it was three classrooms in
Uh,
my sixth grade, and the boys were playing this game like we were like it spread so quick because like
right.
it was group three of three. It started off three of us, and
Uh,
then by the time 10 minutes into it, we had like all the other classes doing it, and the teachers were seeing what we were doing. They was coming. It's like you all are gonna really hurt yourselves. Y'all stop.
so was y'all pressing each other against the wall?
How did we do it? You take 10 deep breaths,
Uh,
and then somebody picks you up from
oh,
behind,
uh,
and then you fall out.
oh wow.
Yeah.
No, I never heard of that one. I've seen the one where they were pressing them up against the wall, and then when they would release them, they just go limp. You know what I'm saying? They go completely limp.
Hmm.
And but I don't understand. I don't understand what is the, you know what I'm saying?
And I
Like,
don't know why. I don't know why we got such a kick out of it. I like because I did it like 4 times. I like it, and I'm, oh man,
that is funny. That is funny.
yeah,
Like,
it's
wow.
sad. It's very
Yeah.
sad
Yeah.
because I
I
mean
mean,
we really could have hurt
this could have
ourselves,
hurt
man.
right bad. Yeah. Yeah. Really.
Mm.
All right.
All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 41, verse 19. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of the seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yea, as hard as a piece of the nether milestone.
Mm,
When he raiseth up himself, the mighty are afraid. By reason of breakings, they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold, the spear, the dart, nor the harbigon. I'm not even sure what that is. Some
I
type of
think we
weapon,
looked
though.
at that. Yeah, I think we looked at that before. Uh, I remember seeing that.
Sure, you don't-
Samuel, yeah, Kings. Yeah, I remember us looking at that before. I just couldn't remember. I don't remember what it was. Body armor. It was armor.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember seeing that. I just couldn't like. I don't remember what it was, but I remember us like. 'Cause I remember that word was like, what in the world is that?
Mhm.
Okay, come.
Verse 27. He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotten wood. The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laughs at the shaking of a spear. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. He maketh the path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride.
Mm, make you without fear. Is there any like? How can you fear that which you know so so detailed? And wow, that's uh that's amazing. So here we are. We made it to the last chapter
Mhm.
of the book of Job, and Job's confession, as it is stated there. So
Mhm.
let's finish it on out and see what Job finally has to say as it pertains to all of this great information that he has no answer to.
Okay. This is the book of Job, chapter 42. Job's confession, verse 1. Then Job answered Yahweh and said, I know that I know that you can do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from you. Who is he that hideth counsel without knowledge? Wherefore have I uttered that I understand not? Things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. Here, I beseech you, I will speak. I will demand of you, and declare you unto me. I have heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye seeth you.
Hmm.
So this is his first encounter.
Right, right. Like, well, he said he heard of him by ear, so
Hmm.
he was taught about him, but
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm. Where did he get that from?
Yeah, con.
That's the question. Like, where is he getting? Where did they get this from?
hmm All right, verse 6. Wherefore I abhor myself and repent in dust and ashes, the Most High, displeased with Job's friends.
Hmm.
Verse 7. And it was so that after Yahweh had spoken these words unto Job, Yahweh said to Eliphaz the Temanite, my wrath is kindled against you and against thy two friends, for ye have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job hath.
Mm,
Therefore, take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept, lest I deal with you after your folly,
mm.
and that ye have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job. So, he's telling them about sacrifices, you know what I mean? Like
Right,
making this yeah.
right. I mean, so obviously, look, we got an answer to the question. Can everybody hear them? Hear him? Kind.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
talking to them
indeed.
directly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, wow. Like well, look, I'm I wouldn't dare say I'm jealous, but to think that what I'm saying they got that, and I haven't, I haven't gotten that. I haven't had, what I'm saying, a conversation like that, like clearly and plainly, do this, otherwise I'm gonna handle you. You know what I'm saying? You know how much folly you would walk away from with that coming to you.
Con,
You know what I'm
cause
saying?
cause keep yeah, cause keep in mind, like we would be frightened.
Right.
Just like how our ancestors were, because his voice is that of thunder.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So this is like, whew.
You
Yeah,
know,
it
I
says,
that's kind of telling as well,
Mhm.
on who this is speaking. This is the Abba speaking. This is not, a representative.
You think that's him?
I do.
Hmm.
I mean, I can't, I wouldn't, you know, I don't know. I'm not for certain, but I know that the father's voice sounds like thunder.
You're right. As we've been instructed. But okay, I certainly wouldn't dispute that. Truthfully, that's what we've learned from the text in times past. My understanding, and I'm not again, I'm not dogmatic about anything. If you can show me different, I'll definitely accept it. My understanding is that the Most High Yahuwah, Yahweh, however you pronounce his name, is not getting off his throne, or like he got so much other stuff to do, like even just being ministered
Hmm
to those. So my understanding is that he's doing his thing, and he only deals like directly with the Mashiach, with some of the other, those higher up creations that he made. Like even with man, like we too base to even deal with him like that. So like I said, if that's the case, I understand that his voice is showing up as thunder and whatnot, even in Sinai. And my belief, and I'm again not dogmatic about it, that even that voice, the thunder voice, that would have been uh, the Messiah, who we know is the Messiah,
hmm
given that instruction in the voice of the Most High. Like he wouldn't have, like he. That's my understanding. Now can I be wrong? Yes, I can be wrong, and I can accept correction on that. And it may not be come until that time, that we see him, and we can, talk to him like that, like this, like we talking now. So I don't know, but As I understand it, I even found it. I'm not gonna say strange, but even where it talks about the Most High coming down in New Jerusalem
Uh-huh.
and dwelling amongst the people,
Con.
I'm not gonna s-
Revelation
right,
yeah.
right. I'm not gonna say that that's not gonna happen or that's impossible. I'm not saying that, but I would for the and I'm not saying that John the Revelator was lying. I'm thinking that he was. This is the information that he was giving his understanding. But is the Most High gonna get up off his throne and walk among us or walk among the people? I should say. Uh, I mean, if he say he'll do it, then he'll do it, of course. But is he limited to not doing it? No, I'm not saying that. But I don't know if he. But we'll be in a different state at that time. So we'll be a different. We'll be like Hamashiach, according to what Shaul writes. So it may be, yeah, that yeah, he can deal with us at that level. Well, he can deal with the people at that level at that time because according to what Shaul writes, that when the people see Hamashiach, those who are in the right, they're gonna be made like him. So that means you're gonna go from being who you are right now or being like you are right now to being like he is at his state at that time. Not in the past time when he was a man made of flesh, but at that time we're gonna be like him. That's my understanding of that. So would it make sense in that situation that he would come down and what I'm saying, dwell among men and that yeah, then that would be yeah, I could see that in that situation. But um I'm not opposed to it though. I'm not opposed to it.
Con.
If he said it, then it is what it is. But yeah, it's interesting to put those pieces together though, to try to come
Mm-hmm.
to a to get a consensus or get come to a conclusion. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But it's so much like he just showed Job. It's so much that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So uh, it could be it could be his voice actually talking like, hey, look, this is what it is, and but could it be his representative? Yeah, I mean, it could go either way, honestly, and it's really no. I don't have a way to say emphatically one way or another, but I'd accept whatever it is.
Con.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I know that's kind of
Indeed.
yeah. All right,
This is the book of Job, chapter 42, verse 8. Therefore, take unto you now, Oslakia, verse 9.
okay. I think we just read that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Eliphaz the Temanite and Bildad the Shuhite and Zophar the Naamite, Naamathite went and did according as Yahweh commanded them. Yahweh also accepted Job. The Most High restores Job's fortunes. Verse 10. And Yahweh turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, Yahweh gave Job twice as much as he had before.
Hmm.
Oh, Slack, yeah. Give me 1 second.
Okay, what's up?
All right, come.
All right,
All right,
11.
verse 11. Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house. And they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that Yahweh had brought upon him.
Hmm.
Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right.
So Yahweh blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she donkeys. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he called the name of his first Yamima, and the name of the second Kizia, and the name of the third, Karen Karen Hapuk.
Mm.
And in all the land, Slocky, you want to check
Yeah,
those
let's check
names out?
these names out. Huh. Yeah. Let's see what that is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ima.
yeah, Iman. Day by day,
Hmm.
one of the daughters born after his restoration, and the second, Kizia. Kiss E Ah Kessa.
Yeah, I wonder what that means though. Like,
That's a good question. Second daughter. Huh. I do wonder. And what language is that? What language is that? Is that Hebrew or is that
I believe it's Hebrew.
yes, referred
I
to
mean,
as
those other two names are definitely Hebrew.
Khan, etymology part of speech. Hmm. Okay. And that last name,
Kareem Hapapuk.
Korean.
Well, I thought it was Hebrew, but that might be another Semitic language.
Yeah, horn of and enmity,
Antimony.
antimony. Hmm. And why did it name his daughters and not his sons?
Huh.
That's that's ironic. Okay, let's continue.
All right, verse 15. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations.
Hmm.
So that's like me being able to see me being a baby and being able to see my grandfather's father, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
four generations. There'll be your father, your grandfather, and his father. You,
Okay.
your father, your grandfather, and his father. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's like unheard of in this day and time.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see sisters will have the grandmother, the mother, and the daughter.
Hmm.
I've
Yeah. Usually they're young though. They're like really
hmm
young. So you'll have the
indeed
grandmother, the oldest will be, you know what I'm saying, like
60
in
or
her,
something.
yeah, they'll be pretty young. And you know what I'm saying, not like what you talking about 140 years old.
Right, kind.
That's yeah.
All right. It's the book of Job, chapter 42, verse 17. Then Job died, being old and full of days.
Wow.
Wow.
Quite an interesting story. Quite a lot to unpack there. And con. So man, a good lesson. A good
Indeed.
lesson to learn to finally get to the bottom of. And man, where to even begin? I don't even know where to start. But let me say that first thing, uh, gotta control that mouth. Gotta control that mouth. And even through adversity. And it's ironic. He just kind of he accepted Job after he did what he told him to do. Even though he said he kind of, as I understood it, he was basically saying he was speaking out of place.
Hmm.
That he didn't have the place to be saying what he was saying. That his righteousness covered him, and he shouldn't have been faced with these adversities. And he literally just got over. He moved on from it like really quick. I guess he'd already had enough punishment, so there's no need to continue. And so he just put him back. It didn't make any mention of his first wife either, or did he stay with his first wife or did he get a new wife? He didn't mention a new wife. That's another thing. He didn't mention a new wife. So
Kind.
was this woman that he was with that he had these other 10 children with. Was this his first wife? So she popped out 20 children?
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
because she
saying?
wasn't
So,
his wife wasn't taken.
mm-mm. You know, I mean, we didn't see anything where she left or where she was put to death or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though she said curse the Most High and die, did that mean she died? I don't know. It doesn't say. It didn't say anything about a new wife. We didn't see anything about a new wife there. So I hate to say we gotta assume, but is this woman? We didn't get anything about the age that gap between them either. So is she? I mean, she got 10. She had 10 children initially. You would think that she wouldn't have those in her, maybe unless she was a teen. Like
It kind
19.
of
And
definitely have some questions. You know what I mean? Because we know that Abraham's wife was 10 years younger than him, and she gave birth in her old age. But
right,
was that the case with Yob's wife? You know?
right. Was how old was she? How old was Job? We
Hmm.
never get a. Well, we get his end, 140 years. But man, how old was he when all of this was happening? Uh, and and he probably purposely didn't say for the sake of you know for the sake of us basically taking a lesson and not dwelling on the particulars. Uh, but yeah, it's a lot of interesting things. But yeah, controlling the mouth. That's really what I was going into. Just keeping your mouth under control and taming those wild thoughts. Because your thoughts come into your mind and then they want to come out your mouth.
Hmm.
And you say the wrong thing, you got to give account for it. You got to give a judgment for it. When it comes to thoughts, thoughts are important because that's where the beginning of it. That's the beginning of it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you think on evil, that's the beginning of you doing something evil. You think about, you know, robbing something or killing something, you know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time before you get to that point. Uh, if you think about it enough, it's only a matter of time. So, uh, what else? The Most High in all of his great works, either by his own hand or by those he sent out to do his work according to his word. Uh, you know, it's unmatched. He's unmatched and not judgeable. He certainly, and I remember people. I remember when I was in high school. I think I may have said this before, but when I was I think it was in junior high school, and a young lady's mother passed away while she was in junior high school, and it was so adverse to her that she didn't understand. She was so perplexed. Like, why would he leave your mother and take mine? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't have an answer for that. You know what I'm saying? These things happen. It was
Hmm.
another fella that I was in school with, and not only did his mother die while he was in school, I mean, while he was at home, but he found her dead in her bed.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's a hard, what I'm saying, situation. You go, hey, mama, mama, and no response, no life in this woman who you care so much about. And this was what, ninth grade. So that's a lot for a ninth grader for what somebody who's what, 13 years old,
Yes. Well,
roughly.
14. Yeah,
13,
14.
14, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ninth
So
grade.
yeah, that's a lot for such a young person. And mind you, I only have to remind you that in these curses, we suffered. A lot of us have suffered with single parent households,
Hmm.
and for you to lose that single parent, man, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. So, but man, yeah, a lot of good information in this book, and even correction as Elihu, dropping some knowledge, and then the Most High, or uh, coming in and you know setting things straight. Like, look here, man. Look here,
Hmm.
bro. You gonna not open your mouth against me. So that teaches us, if anything, control that mouth. Don't be saying
Indeed, even when we're going through it,
right, right,
and we've been a part of different lessons of different studies where, and we've gotten different words from people that tell us to rejoice even when we're going through the storm. Give praise, give forth praise, even when we're going through the storm. Uh, yo, I can't really say that he did that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yo was almost in a place of pity,
Yeah, yeah,
and we can't stay there either. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, bad things are gonna happen,
yeah,
uh, but we got to move on. You know what I mean? And that's difficult sometimes.
right,
But yeah, that I'm. When we started this book, I remember at some point, during that first reading, that first day that we were covering it, we were trying to identify why this book was added to the scripture. Because we know that the things written aforetime written for our learning, and uh, it's so much learning that is in this book. You know what I mean? So many different proverbs. So much of the Torah is mentioned. We even get some of Mashiach's sayings in this book, man.
right,
Uh, I After reading it for another time, I believe that Job was indeed an Edomite. Um, it just makes me question what I once believed about how the Most High deals with people. I wouldn't have thought that this situation would have occurred, and uh, like you had mentioned before, being the most righteous man in the land. I've read over that. I'm not really considering it too much. It just, it is kind of eyebrow raising because I don't believe that he's an Israelite, which shouldn't be surprising because we read about a lot of our people's exploits and it wasn't all righteous. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Um, yeah, this is definitely I would recommend this book for anyone for all of us really, because in this world we're gonna have struggles and we're gonna have trials that we're gonna have to endure through. Um, this story also it gives me the memory of Mashiach's disciples coming to him when the blind man, the man that was blind since birth, and they asked him, he's like, Master, who sinned, this man or his parents? And the Mashiach's like, it's neither. This man was made like this for the glory of the Most High to be revealed. And I'm paraphrasing that, but
right,
it's but we look at the aftermath and the latter end of Job and how he is restored. Actually, beyond restored, right?
mm-hmm. Right,
Yeah,
greater,
yeah, exactly. So, I see that story in the so-called New Testament, and it makes me think about what Job had gone through because it wasn't like he had done anything wrong to warrant what he had gone through. Now, his reaction to it, uh, I can't even fault him, Mike, because like if I lose, if I lost what he lost, I'm gonna be in a pitiful situation as well, like.
right, right. I agree with you on that. I agree. Yeah, I agree, and that's why it's so important to what I'm saying, stay girded up, because Job was the most
Mm-hmm.
righteous at that time, and for him to basically, like I said, he said a lot. He said a lot, and I'm not gonna say he. Well, the Most High was offended. His when he came to him and talked to him, he let him know, hey, look here, uh, what you said, uh-uh. And Elihu was pretty offended as well. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
him being such a young cat, and I'm saying young, I'm thinking, yo, I don't even, and that's the thing, that's the strange thing, because we don't get an age on him. I'm kind of assuming Yo would have been around 70, 80-ish, somewhere in that area.
Hmm.
And so, between 70 and 80, I don't think he would have been like 90 like Abraham was. But if he'd have been like 70 or 80 and um, Elihu came up and Elihu, say, was in his 30s or 40s, he would have been considered much younger than,
Hmm.
a much younger man. We talking what, 30 years, or if not more. So for him to come up and say what he was saying, like basically, I'm gonna speak wisdom, and wise men will learn. You know what I'm saying? So that's like it's wildly strange because you know how we taught to deal with elders, and even
Hmm.
if for learned men especially, it's one thing if you're talking to an old fool, and I wouldn't disrespect an old fool, but not to say he was disrespectful. I mean, he was pretty respectful, but he did say, "Stay quiet,"
Hmm.
and I'm gonna give you, you know what I'm saying, like stay quiet. That's like shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, con,
You know,
con.
you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's I don't know. I don't even know about that one, but that's probably a place that I wouldn't go when it comes to an elder. Uh, Knowing what I know now, when I was, I don't think I would have did that in the world. Honestly, I don't think I was that crazy when I was, didn't have knowledge.
Right.
Because I always had a level of respect to me. But I don't know. I guess I could have got crazy if somebody got
But
crazy with me. But
it's almost like he really didn't say anything wrong, because he's not mentioned in
yeah,
regards to making a sacrifice or
yeah,
an
yeah,
offering.
yeah, yeah. He didn't mention him at all in his ones, and I look. I almost want to say I had to. That's why I did that sign like that. I almost wanted to say I wish we would have got more, but that's not my place to say that. It's not my
God,
place to say that. I'm not a place for even thinking that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that, but I said it, but just to make a point, but not to I wouldn't say that in the sense of yeah, yeah, it should have been more. Like no, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying yeah, you get it. But anyway,
God.
yeah. So, but yeah, great story, great information, and a lot to learn, a lot to take away from it. Uh, Very interesting sequence of events, and man, edifying story. And to get to the conclusion finally, and to this is my first time going cover to cover on the Book of Job, and so all praises to the Most High for allowing me to do so and to show me these things. So uh, next week, Most High willing, we will begin with one of the major prophets, and I'm thinking I think Ezekiel was the longest. So are we looking at Jeremiah?
Well, I'd like to do
Isaiah.
Isaiah,
Isaiah. Okay,
yeah,
come.
because he was before those two others.
Okay, come. Well, we're good. We'll jump to Isaiah. He's 66 books. So we'll begin that on Yom Shishi next week, most high willing, and we'll go through and get all we can out of that about the first 7 books, the first 7 chapters. I mean, and you know, we'll see what we can figure out. Uh, Dare I say, it'll be my first time going all the way through Isaiah. So I'm interested
Hmm. And
in all
it's
that we're gonna.
longer than those other two.
Oh, Isaiah's the longest. I thought
Hmm.
I thought Ezekiel was the longest. I don't know what I'm
No,
thinking about.
I think it's the shortest,
Oh,
and
so
but it's still like maybe 40 something chapters.
okay, yeah, yeah, it's 48. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it on my and then yeah,
It's 50 something.
yeah, 52. Okay, con. So I had it backwards. So okay, well, yeah, well, we'll go ahead to Isaiah since he came first, and So after the major prophets and their lamentations, we have on this side we have Telahim.
Yep, that would be all that's left. All right.
I think that's it, and then we'll get into more of the apocrypha, and then
Mm-hmm.
we'll go to the Brit Hadashah, and we will
Wow.
Khan, yeah. Well, we got to get through the apocrypha. So that first and second
Mm-hmm.
Ezra is, that's a long book. Into the Maccabees. Maccabees is long.
Mm-hmm. It's a
So,
great,
but
great story though. Great
oh
story.
yeah,
That's gonna be that's gonna
oh
be
yeah,
encouraging.
yes indeed, yes indeed. So we'll get a lot out of that one, out
Man,
of
that'd
those.
be nice if Slack, yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
It'd be nice if we got around to that Maccabees around dedication.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure how to play out, but
I'm thinking it will, because now I'm just looking at these ones we got left, and then Telahim, and I don't know how long it's gonna take us to do Telahim. I would imagine probably about 4, 6, probably about 6, maybe 7 weeks.
hmm
I'm guessing because there's 150 50 chapters, and some of them are really, really, really short. So I'm thinking
hmm
instead of reading, we'll probably read like 20. Instead of reading 7, we'll probably read like 20 in some cases. But
hmm
that really long one, we'll have to. No, that'll take a whole day, a whole
and
day.
and and it'll move a little bit quicker, I believe, because I don't think it'll be a lot to break down. Because
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have plenty of recap because
Mm,
Dawid is speaking about different things that he had gone through, so
right.
that'll be the recap. But it's really just beautiful poetry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Just I mean because it's written for our learning.
Oh yeah. 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 I get what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot to yeah, we'll process. So we'll save that for the last, and all praises to another, for another Sabbath, another book completed, and another bit of edification. And
hmm
I hope anybody who listens to this or watches this is better for it, is made better for it, and praise to the Most High. So we'll end there with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter number 12 and verse number 13. The most important thing that we can understand, in my estimation, of course, besides the Messiah, equal to the Messiah, I should say. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is imperative always that we remember it in the conclusion of the whole matter, that we must fear the Most High and keep His commandments, because this is the entire duty of man. And at the end of the day, when all is said and done, it is very important, most important, that we, in the conclusion of the whole matter, that we fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Why? Because this is why we were made. I am
hmm
Yaakazaki Yahu, joined by my most esteemed Mak, Akenanaya, who give all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say shalom, wabaruki, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High power, under one covenant. Until that day, Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom, Yasharal.